As you can see, it is turned to fall, which means one thing, winter is next. So I thought about going through and breaking down like our top 10 campgrounds that we've done in the winter, since we are all looking forward to those winter camping trips again, hoping for some snow again, and just overall really excited for the next season. So let's get to it. Number 10 park is Gettysburg. We stayed at Gettysburg over Christmas, and it was a very nice, magical time. Now, there really wasn't snow. It was a very warm winter that year, but we did see some snow flurries, and we did almost, get our wraith stuck. Oh shit, it's sliding. That's not good. It's locking up and sliding. Look at that front tire not even moving.
We got a little bit of a problem here. We stopped on this hill. We started sliding backwards. Try to accelerate, it slides backwards.
We were trying to exit the park, and yeah, we slid backwards. We were there with our friends Chuck and Allie, who are Floridians, so they thought it was certainly cold. You guys gonna be okay?
No.
It's 49 degrees outside.
Is there a hot tub at the campground? Warm my blood back up.
We were pretty much warm the entire time. It was only in the 40s and 50s until that last day when we got the snow. Gettysburg was just different to experience in the winter because it's such a summertime place that most people visit in the summer, and we've visited there many times in the summer. So to see it be so less crowded was pretty awesome. We really enjoyed that. Moving on to number 9 is Edge O Dells in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. We stayed there in February a couple years back for their snowmobile races. And that was also pretty fun. We got to see some really awesome parks that normally in the summer, super crowded. They had tons of snow. It's sad.
It is a sad sight, isn't it?
It's a snow pool. There's the hot tub, all empty. Go swimming in some snow. We also visited the parks nearby, Devil's Lake State Park. There's Devil's Lake. See people way out there, little ice shanties, ice fishing. And Rocky Arbor State Park, which are nearby Wisconsin Dells area. We did a lot of walking and hiking and got to experience these places, and they were just so pretty with all of the snowfall. So if you haven't been in the winter, we highly suggest you give it a try. Number 8 park is Chaino Lakes, which is in Indiana. This park was a lot of fun for us because we did some Jeep sledding.
Oh my god, the wind hurts my face.
We did some just regular downhill sledding. We did a lot of hiking, and it was just one of those times where it really stands out in our memory that we had a really great time. Park number 7 is Obachi or Wabash, depending on how you say it. I'm just gonna say it both ways, and this is the only time I'm gonna say it because apparently Indiana also doesn't know how to pronounce that, and that's shown here. On here, on indiana.gov, it says simply say Wabash because it's from a French native word. And on here, it says the exact same thing, but it finishes it with easy to pronounce Obachi.
Yes, Obachi.
When we were here, we were the only ones there. This was the original park that we did some Jeep sledding, which you gotta admit, that was super fun, which led to us doing it again and again. This park, they also have some bison.
Enclosure is 20 acres in size. That is a big enclosure. They don't even care.
No, they're like, you're little.
Come on.
The dogs didn't know how to react to that, but you know, we all had a good time nonetheless. We did a lot of hiking, there was a lot of snow, it was cold, it was awesome. Park number 6 is Charlestown, and this is in southern Indiana, right on the Ohio River. Ohio River. So right now we're in Indiana.
And that's Kentucky on the other side.
Yep. We are just north of
Louisville.
I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced We visited this park for Christmas this past year, and that was really great. It was super cold and snowy, and we did a lot of hiking. They have an abandoned amusement park there, and we just explored it, and it was such a great time. We really enjoyed this park, and I think going there in the winter around Christmas really kind of gave it a special, it made it more special for us. Park number 5 is Maquoketa State Park, and that is in Iowa. We visited this park right after we got our liquid spring installed, and we needed to put it to the test. So we headed up to Iowa and we found this state park. It was small, but my gosh, those campsites were so pretty. I don't know, but that looks like a pretty good site. That's site number 7.
Yep, 7's my lucky number.
Yeah. And we were the only ones there besides, well, there was a camp host there, but that was about it. No other campers. They have a lot of beautiful caves. Now, you can't go into the caves in the winter because they're used for bat hibernation. So that is a downfall. But you could still see inside the caves. There's really not much I mean, what are you gonna do when you walk in there? It's dark. You're just gonna turn around and walk out. It was such a beautiful park, and it's something that you wouldn't expect out of Iowa. So this park, that's why this is making it on our list. It did snow, but it didn't really amount to anything, unfortunately. But sometimes you don't need snow for it to be winter camping. Park number 4 is Fayette Historical State Park, and this is in the UP of Michigan. We visited this also after we left Maquoketa. We went up to the UP of Michigan, and that was my first time ever camping in the UP. And it was great. There was only a couple of other campers there. The park was beautiful. It was very historical, just like the name says. They had an old abandoned town there that used to be like a work town where they would do some mining and stuff like that, and everyone lived there on the premises. It's amazing that it's not a town anymore. It's like right on the water. It's very cool to check out all of the history of this park. You were very secluded. It was beautiful, and it was in the winter, but it really wasn't that cold outside. So we really enjoyed that. No snow again, but hey, like I just said, sometimes that doesn't matter. Park number 3 is EverGreen RV Resort, and that's in Dundee, Ohio. We stayed here for Christmas, I think 3 or so years ago, right after we got the Wraith that same year in 2020. And that, we certainly had a white Christmas, that is for sure. We had several inches, I think it snowed like 8 inches overnight. And this park has a pool and hot tub indoors, so you get to, and it's enclosed in a glass enclosure, so you can see outside just snowing and blowing, and yet you're inside. It's warm, the pool is warm, it's mic temperature approved. Hot tub was great. They have playroom or like games, like arcade games. The dogs loved playing in the snow, so we took them for many short runs basically, because when it's that cold we just kind of run with the dogs. But man, that one really stands out because we had so much snow on the Wraith. We had, icicles that were a foot long. The Jeep was covered in snow and ice. It was just awesome. There's just something about all that snow while you're camping that really makes it special. Park number 2 is Potato Creek, and that is in Indiana, in northern Indiana. This park we've been to a handful of times, but we wanted to visit in the winter, and man, are we glad we did. We went there and it was 0 degrees outside, so this was one of the coldest camping trips we had ever done in our motorhome.
Yeah, it's currently 0 degrees. I think it says feels like minus 15 outside.
Minus 15. And some might think, well, that's a little too cold, but it wasn't. It was not for us. We'd be willing to do that again and again, and even go colder. We want to test the limits of our motorhome. But here at Potato Creek, we were the only ones there. We did some sledding, we did a lot of hiking. I grilled burgers when it was 0 degrees outside. I don't know, it's not too bad out here. Seems like a pretty good day to, I don't know, grill some burgers for dinner.
Oh yeah, and it is happening.
We had a campfire, we did all of the things that you can normally do in the summer, except we did them when it was 0 degrees outside, snowing and blowing. Super fun park, really enjoyed it, and they also have a cemetery there, like a legit cemetery where people can be buried there still to this day. And so we got to explore that. At night we went back to see, like, ooh, is it gonna be spooky?
This one's sad. Just says infant, there's no name.
Can't make that one out at all.
No.
I mean, we didn't actually end up seeing anything. There is, you know, if you look on the internet for Potato Creek State Park, they will say that it's haunted, but, you know, a lot of people say everything's haunted, so we didn't experience anything like that, but it was a lot of fun. And last but not least, our number 1 campground that we've stayed at in the winter is Turkey Run State Park, which is also in Indiana. If you haven't noticed, a lot of these parks are in Indiana, which we do enjoy Indiana state parks, especially in the winter. However, Turkey Run, both times we've been there have been in the winter, and both times have been amazing. They have some of the best state park hiking that we've done, and yes, we would say it's better than Hocking Hills in our opinions. We really enjoyed exploring this park. They have bridges, they have where you go on ladders when you're on the hiking trail, you're hiking up boulders, you're hiking in rivers and ravines, and it's just overall just something out of this world that you would not expect to be from Indiana. Just another one of those parks that we love to find, these parks that a lot of people don't think about, that they're going to find something very cool in that state, and then boom, you find this really awesome park that is now our number 1, still to this day, our top Turkey Run State Park. You know, there's just something about it. It's just magical in the winter. Last time we were there, there was no one else there. The time before that, there was like one other person there. It's just so awesome to go to these places and really get to explore them when no one else is there. See everything and hear everything. There's no leaves on the trees to like block your view. I don't know. It's just, if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. It's just one of those things that's super special. Have you guys ever stayed at any of these top 10 parks? If you have, drop it in the comments and let us know which ones you've stayed at, or let us know if any of these are now on your list to visit, and let us know if you plan on visiting them in the summer or the winter. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and until next time, see ya.